Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Woodward Fire press briefing. Today is Sunday, September 6th. My name is Mary Rasmussen, and I'm Information Officer for Northern Rockies Team 2. Today will be the last press briefing that is hosted by the Northern Rockies team. We're transitioning over to Nevada Team 4. So today we have on the lineup is Brandon Chakowski to give you an update on the fire. We have our incident command, Scott Schuster from our incident command staff, and he will be introducing the incoming incident commander, Eric Newell from Nevada Team 4. And then we will hear from Jason Weber from Marin County Fire. So I'll turn it over to Brandon.
Once again, good morning, everybody. Another nice day here. Definitely a little bit warmer and drier than it has been. So that's something there I noticed when I got up there this morning, and some things to think about. Checking some weather this morning. We had some relative humidities that were, there was one at 28 on the west side of the fire, 44% on the east side of the fire, and not here far from camp, we had something, I believe it was 23%. So yesterday we had some drying in the area. Today we'll have some continued drying. Folks remembered some of the weather stuff there that was talked about should last about another day, and then we start getting into that cooler trend. That marine layer will thicken up and kind of come back in over the area, bring our temps back down and our H's back up. So that's what you're seeing there this morning. If folks are out and about, you will see a little bit of inversion, marine layer, the light went in there, and some smoke actually wanting to come up through there in some small little columns. Those are all well within the line at this time. We do have an airplane up, kind of doing some looking and making sure everything is still good. But that's what we've been talking about for a little while too, is that those interior fuels, those large times 7-foot diameter logs, they're gonna want to burn, and they're going to show that smoke, and it will be there for a little bit. So we have plenty of folks on the line and to deal with that. And of course, as always, our great partner, Marin County Fire, Jason Weber's group is always there, and we have good contact. For some reason we need additional help, but feeling good overall. Moving over, quick roundabout, landmarks, of course, again, Limatour Road on the west side, and it of course travels up and around to the north side of the fire. Limatour Road as well, where the fire comes right down to it. Of course, Fox Drive, Silver Hills, the other area of Point Reyes Station, a little bit there to the north. Coming down here to the Bear Valley Visitor Center. And of course, we have the Bear Valley Trail going all the way back down to the ocean. And of course, Highway 1. So as far as activity, what's planned, what's kind of going on out there, we still have folks. We got two 20-person crews working the bottom over here, in the near the ocean there on the west side, in that more desert or that coastal scrub component. And also, as we move up, additional folks in our Charlie area, where we've had the hand line and dozer line for a while, and that of course is looking really good. Last night we did have an infrared flight come over in the middle of the night, a little past midnight. And just due to the marine layer not being here, we were able to get some really good imagery. And it did show us kind of where some of our hot spots are, but it also showed us we're having some really good progression on mopping up the fire, which is a good thing for us to be able to look at as we move around. We can still come back around and we get to the back of the visitor center. Things over here on the dozer line are looking really good and continue like they did yesterday, continuing to mop up and doing some fuels work in that area. Continuing down through the trail, all the way down Bear Valley Trail, we have some engines down in there mopping up and patrolling. At this time, we're primarily done with our hazard tree mitigation in that area. We're doing some additional chipping that starts down here about our division break. Those fuels that we had to take and remove when we did have the firing operation here. So getting that cleaned up. So things are overall in the fire doing good. We still have our structure protection group out there. We have a leader identified, and also resources that are actively doing work on the fire but they've been identified if something were to happen to funnel over and be part of our structured group. So we are set up with that in mind. Today's the last day you'll see me. Get to start heading north here soon. And been a pleasure here in this community, great community, great support for the team. And in the future, you'll be probably either hearing from one or two folks, the counterparts that are coming to replace me. And it's either Chuck Fox or Tim Howell. So please welcome them, and they'll bring you some additional great information here in the next few days. Thank you.
Hey, good morning, Scott Schuster, part of the IC group for the team. As Brandon just mentioned, we think we're positioned well for the hot dry today. We had some of that yesterday. It all went well. Resources positioned all around the fire. And as Brandon said, we got the imagery last night to kind of show us where we may need to pay attention today. So I think we're well positioned for that. We've also been working hard to give as much information as possible over to Eric's team. So they're ready to step in tomorrow. So I did, though, as this is our last day, I want to say again a big thank you for the community, all the signs that we've been seeing from you guys, support from the community. We did have a Sasquatch sighting this morning down at camp, so appreciate that sign. We actually took some pictures down there with our team photo, so I appreciate that as well. That was a little taste of home for those of us that think Sasquatch is in Montana, in Idaho. Again, a thank you to Marin County Fire. They've been awesome. Marin County Sheriff Department, all the folks that helped us with the facility here at San Geronimo. Just can't thank you enough for the support. So with that, I want to introduce Eric Newell. Come in and say hello to you. He'll be the new incident commander starting tomorrow morning.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Eric Newell with Great Basin Incident Management Team 4. We're a Type 3 organized team coming in and stepping into some big shoes from the Type 1 team, hoping to continue to the good work that they've already established, keep the fire right where it's at, and see it through to the end. There is going to be the smoke, the weather, the marine layer. Those are some of the challenges and also the hazards that they've been challenged with as well, with snags and whatnot. So got a good 2-day in briefing here. We're feeling confident and look forward to interacting with all of you guys out there in the community and getting to know just a beautiful location, and glad to be here. So thank you, and we'll talk soon.
Good morning, Jason Weber, Marin County Fire Chief. I want to start by thanking the Northern Rockies Team 2 for their work the last few weeks. I think we can all appreciate the transparency, this process, so we can get out in front of you. Brendan straight talking. I'm hoping we put this fire out soon enough. We don't all end up with beards like Brendan, but that'd be impressive if we could. So I want to also welcome Chief Newell's team. We'll stay engaged and continue to support whatever operations they need. It was already mentioned, but there's a lot of smoke and heat on this fire this morning. If any of you have been out there, I drove out there on my way in to take a look at things, and that's expected. It's interior, and that's a good thing. It'll help with a cleaner burn in the long run and less smoke into our future. But expect to see that out there this morning. A couple things about what's going on regionally. The state is extremely drawn down again. A lot of new fires. You're probably seeing it on the news. I just want to let you know what we're doing here in Marin County to prepare. We've upstaffed 2 additional strike teams of engines. So it's about 10 engines with leaders. We've got additional dispatchers working. We have an incident management, Type 3 incident management team similar to Chief Newell's team. That's pre-positioned here, so if we have a new fire start in the region, we can support that. We've also got 2 of our crews back on a staffing pattern, so we're fully staffed and ready if something new breaks outside of this fire. A couple of reminders for our community. I know it's hot and you all want to go to the coast, but we've got enough out there to deal with this fire that we don't need additional car accidents and water rescues and all the other things that usually take up our holiday weekends. So please, find somewhere else cool besides the coast this weekend. We'd appreciate that. And For those that are out near that and those evacuation warnings, I just want to remind you that you're under an evacuation warning. That means you need to have your go bags and be prepared to leave if we decide to issue that order because of a wind change or a spot or something like that. So be heads up, make sure you're registered for Alert Marin so we can get a hold of you. And remember, if we do need to engage our law enforcement to start those evacuations, you may hear a high-low siren like they use in Europe. That's an indication that we're issuing an evacuation order from the ground with those law enforcement folks. So again, you're under a warning. This is still a serious issue. Let's not get complacent. And again, thank you. And a big thank you to the Northern Region's Rockies team, Mary and her team here in public information that have set a new bar for transparency and public information. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. Just a few closing comments. I'm looking at the positive part of this transition. While you've been so welcoming and we're sad to leave your hospitality, there's been significant progress made on the fire and containment, and not as many resources are needed. So the team that's coming in, they don't have as many people, but all their staff are highly qualified. And so they will be here to serve you and watch over the fire and work on the progress. So just want to leave you with the statistics for today. The acres are at 4,813. We're at 93% containment. There's 301 personnel on the fire, which includes 11 crews. 6 crews, 13 engines, 2 helicopters are available to us. We have 1 masticator and 3 water tenders. So with that, thank you very much. Tune in tomorrow, and the Great Basin Team 4 will be providing this briefing to you.